Soul Simmers, there was an announcement on the official Sims Discord earlier this morning, and this is August 26th at the time of recording. So they were addressing the For Rent expansion pack and some of the save file corruption issues that people have been having. They did a whole blog post, and we're going to read that in a second, but something that I thought was really important that I wanted to highlight at the bottom portion of this, it says that on August 27th, which is tomorrow at the time of recording at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, they're going to launch a new feedback section on the Discord server. So that new feedback section is going to allow you to give your thoughts, partake in surveys, and join in conversations with the team for feedback about The Sims. So I'm glad to see that they're trying to elicit a lot of feedback. We've noticed with the EA team lately that they've been doing a lot of surveys about kits, about animations, about expansion pack ideas, and all that's been throughout the year of 2025. So obviously they know they have an issue with their product and that people are getting frustrated and turning away from The Sims, as we're on the heels of other life simulation games with Inzoid that did early access launch earlier this year, and Paralyze, which is doing early access launch in December of this year. So if they want to stay competitive in the life sim market, they're going to have to make sure they stay aware that people are getting frustrated of The Sims 4 not acting the way it's supposed to. And it is an 11-year-old game, almost. Now into the community concerns with save files. It says, Soul Simmers, we've received questions from players with concerns for the For Rent expansion pack and what we've been doing to tackle the save issues in The Sims 4. Now, just as a quick reminder, The Sims 4 For Rent expansion pack came out in December of 2013. We're coming up on 2 years since this expansion pack launched, and it still has issues, which is very concerning. I'm glad that they're trying to address it and giving us some transparency via this update, but it doesn't sound like the issue is going to be resolved anytime soon. So to address the concerns, we are providing an update on the below. Number 1, the For Rent issues we're currently investigating. Number 2, the current issues with The Sims 4 that also impact saves. Number 3, how to prevent new issues before release. And number 4, what to do if you're experiencing serious issues with your game. They claim that nothing is more important than the performance of the game and players' enjoyment of it, and they're investigating these issues thoroughly before providing an update. What they discovered for the For Rent saves is that it's not a single bug. It's actually very complex, and it has variance in devices, setups, packs, and other factors, which requires extensive investigation. So with the issues, they fixed 29 For Rent issues that the community has reported, and as of August 26th, they're tracking 37 other issues across 2 statuses. So 26 issues are currently being investigated. That means they are aware of community report and that they're going through their internal processes. This can be a lengthy process that ranges from trying to replicate the bug to identify the causes, working on a fix, testing a fix, or scheduling an update for the fix to come. 11 issues require more information. So that means they're not able to really start digging into investigating the issue until they can get more specific information from players who specifically have this issue. Specifically, they're looking for save files that contain the bug. That's the most helpful portion for their team. And they're going to tell you how to report this. So Answers HQ website went away a few months ago and was integrated into the new Sims, the EA forums, which has a Sims page on there. But we'll get into that in a second. Of the 37 For Rent issues that they're aware of, 2 of the most commonly associated issues with save corruption that are being experienced are the following. Lots or houses disappear in saves featuring a large number of rental units with 173 votes. They've identified a partial fix, and they're going to provide an update once they have more information about the scale of the fix. They won't mark it as resolved until they're confident the issue as described by players in this post has been fixed. And then white screen when loading the world with 39 votes, and this is specifically for the PlayStation 4. If you are not experiencing this with For Rent and you continue to face issues specifically related to this pack, we would like more information to investigate further. If you recognize an issue you're facing, please drop a comment or a vote. It really helps us prioritize what to tackle next. If your For Rent issue is not listed here, please start a new post so we can investigate. Now, there's other issues that are broadly impacting the Sims 4 save files that has nothing to do with For Rent. A severe issue would be if the Sims 4 game is completely unable to be opened and does not launch. Currently, there's no confirmed reports of this. But if you do have a problem, you can leave a comment and they can help you troubleshoot. The next series of issues is that players can load the game but are unable to load their saves. What they found from that investigation is there are 6 issues that players correlate with save corruptions, and that's what they're investing their time in to focus on right now. So for example, the game might load up initially, but then the player isn't able to make further progress That either means seeing a white screen, or the game crashes, or they're stuck in an infinite loading screen, or they get some sort of error message that prevents them from being able to play a particular save file. So the 3 known issues is they're unable to load lots after the August 19th, 2025 update. Players report being stuck on an endless loading screen, or players receiving the load error 800/801 while playing the game. There's also other issues that the game and save files loads, but players report that things are missing, like lots, buildings, items, or sims. So 98 votes for missing neighboring buildings, 85 votes for missing buildings or lots, and 14 votes of floating furniture or buildings that are missing. They want to note that these issues are not unique to For Rent, but they may have a connection to For Rent that could be discovered while investigating. They'll continue to give us updates as they find them. Next, they're saying that before we release new content, we complete compliance tests across platforms and multiple levels of quality verification, including playtesting with the Sims team and a paid group of experienced Sim players from the community. We're unable to recreate every possible Sim scenario across the different combinations of packs, playstyles, and devices before launch. Once it has been released, we utilize player feedback to understand what issues are being experienced by how many people and any patterns that might be causing them to aid our resolution. Another variable is if players use mods and CC, as we're unable to test those against our pre-launch testing. Some mods come with permissions that modify save file structures, which can have unintended consequences out of our control. We do have best practices for mod players, which includes disabling mods before any updates, and we do the best to let our modders know when the base game updates are going to arrive via the roadmaps. We also use our TDESC files via Discord to help them with their updates, as that provides essential information for understanding and modifying data like field names and options. If you're experiencing something that impacts your ability to play the game that's not on these lists, we want to hear about it. If you're unable to get your Sims 4 game to load or have a save file that cannot open anymore, we want to hear from you and review the save file. We've created this new thread for any reports that the game is not functioning as expected, as we want to capture the full situation. Fixing old problems and addressing new ones are equally important to our team and to the players. While many players continue to play without disruption, we understand experiencing these issues is frustrating, and we remain committed to making progress against them. We'll continue to update players via Sims Direct on X and Discord, and through our laundry list and patch notes. Plus, we've seen players ask for information about how to back up save files and improve overall game performance, which we'll be sharing soon. Lastly, we invite you to join our Discord community so you can hear from us directly. You can chat with our team and other Simmers, take part in surveys, and share your thoughts in a new feedback forum that's launching on August 27th. So all this sounds good, great, and fine, but given that we've been spending the majority of the year fighting with The Sims 4 to get any sort of information about the save file issues and the fact that they're still not fixed, it's not like this is coming in the next patch that we're expecting sometime in the fall. I don't know how to feel about it. Now, I'm very fortunate that I have not had a save file corruption issue in The Sims 4. I don't play with mods or CC, and I don't tend to use residential rental lots. And since this issue has been around, which has pretty much been since the game has come out, I haven't really played with residential rental lots, nor have I played with small business, where you can make a small business and a residential in the same building, because I'm afraid it's going to corrupt my save. I've had a save in The Sims 4 that I've used now for the past 2 years, and I'm afraid to lose that save, so I'm afraid to play anything that's going to make me lose the save. So it kind of, as a player, limits what I can do, because I don't want to play one of my favorite families and lose 2 years of progress because of a bug that they may or may not be able to fix anytime soon. And then for players who are not able to use mods and CC at all, like console players, I'm sure they're even more pissed off, because some modders have been better at fixing bugs than the Sims team has been, so they don't even have the option to use mods and CC on console, which is really unfortunate for them. They're stuck using just the gallery, which also has issues and doesn't always filter and act correct either. So I hope they fix this problem. I know For Rent has been a big deal for them, and it seems like the For Rent system is going to be in future expansion packs. As we see, they use a very similar model in For Rent in businesses and hobbies, to be able to label rooms as an employee only room for businesses and hobbies, or versus like a residential room versus a room that customers can go into. We're expecting the next expansion pack to be vacation themed, and again, if it has any sort of hotel functionality, it may also use that same system that For Rent and Businesses and Hobby uses. So they need to get it working, because if it doesn't work in one expansion pack, it's going to have problems to trickle into the other two, unfortunately. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this new transparency? And of course, I'll be posting a video on August 27th talking about the new forum feedback and surveys that they might or may not be posting. Thanks for watching.